predictable, repeatable B2B sales process. The difference between a good salesperson and a great salesperson is the ability and discipline to follow a repeatable and predictable sales process that results in winning the business every time. This process was developed and used to deliver the revenue numbers for 25 plus consecutive years in multiple technology startups selling software, computer hardware, licensing technology, and technology services. It works for startups as well as public companies. When followed, it works. A more detailed course is available at B2B Recipes that includes examples, templates, and Q&A with instructors. The steps in the process. Number 1, the introduction. This meeting is with the management that is responsible and accountable for delivering the results affected by our product or service. The objective is to have a conversation to determine if at a high level there's a match between the results that they're looking for and what it is that we do. Second is the discovery meeting. This meeting is with the management or 1 or 2 additional people in their team to go a little deeper in discussing their environment, the results that they hope to see, and if what we do will deliver those results. Third, the deep dive technical meeting. This meeting is the next level of detail involving implementation organizations like IT, SecOps, and representatives of the users that understand and can communicate how the system works today and what they'd like to see in the future. Qualification discussion. This meeting is with the management or representatives of the management to answer if we can deliver the value described for X dollars in Y time frame, is there any reason we can't do business with you? Next, the proof of concept or pilot meeting. This meeting covers what needs to be demonstrated to satisfy and reduce the risk of moving forward. Based on our previous meetings, we're confident that we can deliver what's needed and therefore wish to charge some amount of money for the value delivered in the pilot that's applied towards the production agreement. There's a separate recipe for selling the POC. Or, as a second option, we ask for a verbal commitment that when we deliver the results, they'll purchase an initial production installation. If the customer is unwilling to accept either of these options, then we have to ask ourselves, why are we running a POC? Pro tip. Be aware that large organizations often run POCs to see where the market is in an emerging or promising technology with no plans of moving to production. Basically, they're simply seeing what's currently possible. Proof of concept, completion, and closing the business. This meeting is held at the end of the POC to present the results and discuss any outstanding questions or issues. Agreement on the details of the production implementation, timing, pricing, etc. are all covered, as well as the identification of any special procurement paperwork required to do business with the customer, like SLAs, business continuity, etc. The proposal. We prepare and review our proposal with the customer for approval and processing through their procurement. Procurement will negotiate for additional discounts or concessions, as well as requiring all of their forms to be completed, reviewed, and approved before business can begin. Pro tip number 1. This is a reason to have a paid POC. It exposes any roadblock in procurement that prohibits or restricts the customer from doing business with us. It could be something as simple as the size of our company. It's better to know before we invest in supporting the POC if these conditions exist. Pro tip number 2. This always takes longer than we wish or expect, so be prepared for delays of 60 to 90 days from the agreement with the management and the ability to invoice. Deployment into production. The ability to scale the deployment within the account is dependent on the fast success and results of the initial pilot group. We must make sure that they're thrilled with the results and can act as our internal reference for all other groups that are surely going to be watching. Pro tip. It's easier to sell additional groups in an existing account than to sell a brand new account or logo. In summary, I strongly recommend following these steps in the order described. It's always tempting to jump ahead to the POC, and it may work out. But if the steps are missed, some information will not be captured that may be needed to justify the price or the value to procurement or to handle objections when they're raised in the middle of the POC by a new player or by the competition. Good luck and keep me posted on your success.